Good morning, dear students. In this class, we are going to discuss some of the important topics in this chapter. The first one is the origin of charge on colloidal particles. In the previous class, we have studied there will be charge on the colloidal particles. This charge gives stability to the colloidal particles. Otherwise, they further aggregate to form precipitates. So, the colloidal particles carry a particular charge. Here we are going to study how the colloidal particle gets charged. There are various methods or various ways. The first one is due to dissociation of the adsorbed molecular electrolytes. The first reason or first way how a colloidal particle gets charged is due to dissociation of the adsorbed molecular electrolytes. Here, colloidal particles have a strong tendency to adsorb reactant or product molecule. The molecules thus adsorbed on the surface of colloidal particles may undergo dissociation or ionization and may impart charge to them. Here, a colloidal particle have a tendency to adsorb either the reactant or the product molecule. For example, during the preparation of sulfide salts, here arsenic sulfide salt, it is prepared by passing H2S gas through arsenic oxide. During this preparation, H2S molecules get adsorbed on colloidal particles. H2S molecules thus adsorbed undergo ionization and release H plus ions into the medium. Consequently, colloidal particles are left with negative charge. The first way is due to dissociation of the adsorbed molecular electrolytes. What is happening here? Here we are discussing the example of the preparation of arsenic sulfide salt. The arsenic sulfide salt can be prepared by passing H2S gas through arsenic oxide. Then we get arsenic sulfide salt. Then what will be the charge of this arsenic sulfide colloidal particle? This arsenic sulfide colloidal particle will adsorb H2S molecule. H2S is one of the reactant molecule. So As2S3, arsenic sulfide salt, adsorb H2S molecule to its surface. Then this H2S molecule undergo ionization and release H plus into the medium, into the dispersion medium. Then the remaining S minus will be at the surface of this colloidal particle. So As2S3, there is sulfide ions on the surface of As2S3 colloidal particle. So what will be the charge of arsenic sulfide salt? Sulfide is negative ion. So As2S3 or arsenic sulfide colloidal particle will have a negative charge. This is the first way how a colloidal particle gets charged. Here what is happening? The colloidal particle have a tendency to adsorb either the reactant or the product. After adsorption, what happens? This adsorbed molecule get ionized or dissociated. Okay. Then the second way is due to the dissociation of molecules forming colloidal aggregates. Here, the molecules of the colloidal aggregates are dissociated. For example, soap molecules RCOONA. This soap molecule dissociate to give RCOO- and Na+ ions. So these RCOO- or these negative ions further aggregate together and form a micelle. Then these micelle carry a negative charge. This is the second method. In the second method, the dissociation of the molecules forming colloidal aggregates causes the charge. The molecules responsible for the formation of aggregates of colloidal dimensions may themselves undergo dissociation or ionization, resulting in the development of charge on the colloidal particles formed by their aggregation. The example is soap molecule. Soap molecule is RCOONA. This molecule dissociate. The colloidal molecule is dissociating and give RCOO- and Na+ ions. Then what happens? RCOO- further aggregate together and form a micelle. We have studied what is micelle in the previous chapter. Then it forms a micelle, and this micelle carries negative charge. So the colloidal particle will have negative charge. This is the second way. Then the third way is, this is the important way, preferential adsorption. Due to preferential adsorption of ions from solution. The colloidal particles have a tendency to preferentially adsorb a particular type of ions from the solution. A colloidal particle usually adsorbs those ions which are in excess and are common to its own lattice. This preferential adsorption of a particular type of ions imparts a particular type of charge to colloidal particles. Here, what happens? The colloidal particle adsorbs an ion common to it. Okay, for example, we are preparing the ferric hydroxide salt. How it can be prepared? It can be prepared by the hydrolysis of ferric chloride in warm water. So, the colloidal particle is FeOH thrice. The particle can be represented as FeOH thrice, ferric hydroxide particle. Then we know in the solution ferric chloride, we are using ferric chloride for its preparation. So there will be Fe3+ ions and Cl- ions in the solution. FeOH thrice or ferric hydroxide salt particle will adsorb the common ion. What is the common ion? Here our salt particle is FeOH thrice. This FeOH thrice contains ferric ions and hydroxide ions. But in solution we have ferric ions and chloride ions. So here what is the common ion? Ferric or Fe3+ is the common ion. So the ferric hydroxide salt will adsorb Fe3+ at its surface. Then what will be the charge of the colloidal particle? Fe3+. 3+ means positive charge. So colloidal particle is surrounded by a layer of positive charge, or a positive charge get adsorbed on the surface of the colloidal particle. Hence, the colloidal particle acquire a positive charge, or it can be called as a positively charged colloid. This is the representation of the colloidal particle. FeOH thrice is the colloidal particle, and that particle will adsorb the positive ion or the Fe3 plus ion, the ferric ion at its surface. Then in the solution there is also the negative ion, Cl minus ion. It remain in the dispersion medium. This is the representation of FeOH thrice salt. Another example is the preparation of silver iodide salt. Silver iodide salt can be prepared by reaction between silver nitrate and potassium iodide solution. So here the reagents are AgNO3 and Ki, potassium iodide. Here, using this reactant, we can make silver iodide salt with positive charge and also silver iodide salt with negative charge. Okay. If we are using excess of potassium iodide solution, silver nitrate plus excess potassium iodide solution, then the colloidal particle is AgI, potassium iodide. The reaction between AgNO3 and Ki gives AgI. It is the colloidal particle, or it is the salt, silver iodide. And we know we are adding excess potassium iodide solution. So there will be potassium ions and iodide ions in the solution. The silver iodide salt has a tendency to adsorb the common ion. What is the common ion here? Silver iodide salt has ions, silver ions and iodide ions. But in solution we have potassium ions and iodide ions. So what is the common ion here? Iodide ion is the common ion. So silver iodide salt adsorb these negatively charged I minus ions. Hence we obtain silver iodide salt with negative charge.